to self-discovery support. Okay, this is a little bit low. Hi. Okay. All right. I just had to adjust that height because I'm realizing I can't see anything. Okay. All right. So, yes, welcome to self-discovery support. I do these tarot storytelling videos, storage, perspective, and mutual understanding in our lives and relationships. Take from them what feels most applicable and resonant for you. If you like these videos and want to see more, click the subscribe button and support with a thumbs up. Additional information, the timestamps and recommendations will be in the description box once the live stream ends and I put it up. All right. So today, the reading is a connections and relationships reading, as we have been doing, but the focus is going to be on their emotions. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds to choose A, B, C, which image strikes you, and you could think about your person or your situation while you are choosing. Okay, so there you go. Take you a couple seconds to choose. All right, so we're gonna go straight into it. If you are A, this one is gonna be your reading now. All right, so A starts at 239. All right, group A. So your person has the Queen of Swords card here. Now, what are their emotions? It's pretty like clear straight off. And I'm just going to remind you guys that as I'm speaking today about their emotions, you have to be prepared to hear the truths, right? Always the truth on self discovery support, but you have to be prepared to kind of hear what your person is going to feel and is feeling. And I'm going to give you some advice and all of that after. All right, so let's return to this Queen of Swords energy for your person, right? This is somebody that I take this as somebody that used to be somebody that had a lot of vulnerability. So it used to be somebody that, in relation to you, Group A, had a kind of soft spot or a soft place for you. But something's happened between the two of you, and that's caused this person to put their boundaries up. So this is somebody that is saying, okay, hold on. I can't just be as vulnerable as I used to be. I can't just be as open and giving and loving as I used to be. It's time now that I actually need to like ask some questions of my person. I need to actually make sure I know all that is here, because it feels like there's things that I need to pay attention to with my person. That is what I'm getting from this. So your person's somebody that might be in protective mode at this moment. It's because there's something that they for themselves are needing to recognize, but also it could feel like somebody that may have been hurt as well. So often sometimes when we have even small hurts can lead to this. And that can often be like, we've had an argument or we've had a little disagreement, and maybe you didn't acknowledge what I was saying in the right way or something, which can happen to everybody, right? So don't take this as a kind of a dagger to you, group A, but it's just how your person is feeling. And we have to be able to hear how they are feeling. Okay, so your person is a little bit protective now. Now let's go a little bit deeper with that. All right. Tell us more about how your person's feeling. What's behind this Queen of Swords energy that they're in? Right? I was telling you that they were the Queen of Swords to me used to be the Queen of Hearts before heartbreak. So I'm not surprised to see this out here. This is somebody, let's clarify these so we can get you as much info as possible. Okay. All right. I think we have our information. So your person looked at you as somebody that coming together with you really made them like happy. And I think they thought about like long term, even if your person is marriage minded, or even if they're not, you know, sometimes you can meet somebody and you're like, oh, yeah, that could be somebody I could settle down with. And it sounds like your person, when they met you, it sounded like, yes, they were interested in like investing in you and actually taking the time to build something that may have been long term. Now, with the Queen of Hearts, Jack of Hearts, it felt like this person showed you, Group A, how they felt. It felt like they were caring, they were expressive in that care for you, and perhaps even made gestures. It's with this Jack of Hearts, it's like I am making gestures, romantic gestures towards you. Um, and I have time for you. I create time for you. I show you my affection, even physically as well. Now, here we come with the Four of Hearts. This is the Four of Hearts, which is where it feels like the discontent started to happen. It feels like your person felt like you were the King of Diamonds, Group A, which is like maybe they felt like you were more interested, Group A, in maybe your finances, maybe your business, maybe your career, and maybe more like material things, and not as interested in this like romance energy that they were in. And it felt like with the Four of Hearts, that's often a card of like, I'm waiting for something to happen. And because of that, I can kind of get stuck in that energy. So it kind of feels like your person here could have felt like, well, I'm really waiting on this person to like show up, as well as like maybe showing interest as a partner or in being a partner. And it feels like with the Jack of Diamonds, they could have been waiting for quite a while. And, you know, quite a while can be different for different people, right? Some people, it's a year. Some people, it's 2 months. I've heard like somebody on YouTube say like a month is too much to wait on somebody. I kind of think that's ridiculous, but um, it depends on how long this person, their how long or their long time was what they were waiting on. So it could have been 4 months, 7 months. These are just numbers I'm picking up here. And there's like two fours here. I have to draw your attention to that. I think your person is very like stability minded, which is more like they like consistency, they like structure, they like somebody showing up for them. They could be an earth sign or a fixed sign. So like that's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. That's also Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. And I think I don't know if I said Taurus, but those are the ones. What was it here? Tell us more about this Four of Hearts. Yeah, it kind of feels like, and there's our Queen of Spades again. It's the same card. It's the same card. All right, so listen, your person was really wanting to connect to you in a couple. They wanted to be together and they just didn't see that happening. And that's what happened, group A. Now, the emotions they had is that kind of soft, open, vulnerable energy just kind of went completely like, okay, I need to protect myself from this. I don't, they started to like question themselves. The spades is like a kind of anxiety, thinking energy. So they started to think a lot. Maybe even second guessing what what they felt with you as well, because it's like, when you're open hearted and then somebody is really not paying attention to you or giving what you should. And I'm not saying that group A that you should have. You will know best why you didn't. There could have been many issues with this person, between you, that you chose not to pursue something. But from their perspective, it feels like they were waiting for something that they thought was going to happen, which is this relationship between you two, and it didn't. Okay, why they, this is them from their perspective, why they felt it didn't happen. Two sevens here as well. So it almost feels like they gained some kind of knowledge or wisdom about something here to do with you and their connection with you. It kind of felt like your person felt like you were defensive or had a wall up. For some reason, they felt there was a wall up. And this is a card of communication. So they could have felt like you weren't able to quite communicate that to them, or you weren't at least showing them why there was a wall up. And, that is, it feels like what happened. And that sent your person into this Queen of Swords energy. So that is what I have here for you. I'm going to give advice. All right, this is the emotional intelligence deck. So let's see what advice you have for group A. All right, it says plan. Listen to the steps you need to take to achieve a goal. And perhaps group A, it's indicating that you had feelings for them too. And maybe if they are right, you were more preoccupied with like business, career, like accruing wealth, whatever that is. And it might feel like what could help you is maybe just having a plan on and discussing it with your person. Like, okay, right now, in these like 3 years, I don't plan to be in a relationship because of A, B, C, D, but I do like you a lot. And so I would love to see where that goes. Like that type of thing, I think would be really helpful to your person. As you know, especially if somebody is like being open hearted to you, it definitely helps to like reassure them. So that is, well, reassure them. I was going to say reassure them if you're interested, but I think you should reassure anyways, because people are people and we should respect everybody, right? So, that is what I have for you, Group A. Let's get you zodiac signs. Who are we dealing with here? Group A's person or Group A? Okay, so one just fell off the board. Scorpio, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Gemini. I almost guessed that Gemini was gonna be here. All right. So this could be you or your person, right? In your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or North Node. And there's gonna be a link in my videos. There's a link in the description where you can check your birth chart placements. So there we go for you, Group A. Wishing you all the best in your situation. If you felt like this was for you, please do give a like, comment, and subscribe. All right, we're going to move on to Group B. Group B is 1505. I really spent like a long time on Group A. All right, so if you chose Group B, this is going to be your reading. All right, so Group B, you chose this Five of Swords card. It your person's emotions, this would be somebody who feels like, you know what, I need to like win in this situation. Or this can also be a feeling of like rejection, like I sabotage this or I feel rejected, and you know what, I'm not gonna let you see that you've gotten the better of me type of energy. All right, so let's find out some more about that. What's causing this Five of Swords like emotion here in your person? And I have to say, I said it to Group A, you're gonna find the truth, right? You're gonna hear the truth because it's their emotions, but don't feel like it's an accusation. It's more of just hearing your person's emotions, which we should all be able to do. Six of Diamonds. Okay, let's clarify. Please clarify. All right. Okay. We have two twos. So, oh, and two nines as well. No, just two twos. All right. 2 could be important somehow. Sometimes you see that as people's like birth, what is it called? I was gonna say birth chart, life path number, right? Okay. And also could be a year, could be an age, although I kind of feel it's often more life path number. All right, so let's look at your person now. So this is somebody that what's causing this is like somebody did not reciprocate. It feels like there was giving to the situation, but it's like avoiding giving back. Okay, so there's a feeling of like being slighted then. All right, and then in this middle section here, we have somebody making plans, but those plans are kind of iffy. All right, so everything is kind of on shaky ground so far. But then we have this like, okay, I know what I want, at least I know what would satisfy me with you. But also not like, it's like not giving in to what would be satisfying either. Okay, well, so Group B, your person, and then there's the Five of Diamonds. Listen, this person, Group B of yours, feels very like rejected. They feel like no plan was stable. They feel like they gave and didn't get back. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of like difficult feelings, which you would expect from this card, right? This is a card of power, struggles. This is one person trying to like show that they are somehow better or have gotten the upper hand in a situation. So this can be hard for you to hear, Group B, especially if you are on the other side of this, because it means that you're in the power struggle with them. And it feels like it could be hard to hear, because this is the energy of when I don't really care, or it's not that you don't care about the person, but it's just hard to be present and hear that, yeah, my person feels rejected, my person feels hurt, my person feels like vulnerable or weak, in order for me to feel like strong or dominant, right? So yeah, your person's just saying like they feel left out in the cold, or like and not a lot was given to them in terms of time, resources, and this can be quality time as well, right? Um, and your person feels like they gave to a situation and was left somehow, or was avoided, like somebody avoided giving to them, and all the intentions they made, all the plans that were made, just felt kind of shaky. And often that is because the other person doesn't kind of go in tandem or work with the plan. And listen, as I said with group A, you could have your reasons for that. Sometimes that happens because we're not communicating clearly what we want, and then listening to our person, and then kind of coming to some kind of like resolve between us. And it feels like that could be what's happening here. So let me find out more about this. What's this Nine of Hearts? You know, sometimes when I see the Nine of Hearts with Four of Spades in readings, I found that it sometimes can mean like a sexual relationship, and it can mean somebody of not doing that, not participating in a sexual relationship. I don't know. It feels like there was some kind of quarrel or some kind of aggravation about somebody leaving the other person behind. And it felt like in trying to work things out together, one person definitely feels like there was just not enough effort here. Okay, I this is the reading I want to hear from you actually, groupie. Like what do you say was the issue here? Because this is so complicated. The Fool and okay. Group B, you are saying that you had this was a new beginning for you, and you just didn't feel like you had the potential to have like a win or a victory, or to just feel like, yeah, you know what? It's this energy. It's like you're saying you didn't feel like you could have this easily, this kind of like I'm successful in what I'm doing. So in other words, it kind of felt like in trying to push for that, it resulted in your person having to kind of like, in trying to make you feel like this, or I don't know if it was like you felt like you needed to assert yourself more because you did, maybe you felt like you wanted this with them. I do see King of Spades, so it's like almost like strategy on how to like fight back. So maybe you felt belittled, or this is one of those situations that it's really hard to explain, but it's definitely like power struggle energy, and it could be quite silent, where both people are kind of fighting for control of what happens or the outcome, it feels like, but not realizing that for party A to be in control of the narrative, it means party B loses in a way. And if party B wins, party A loses in a way. And that's not necessarily what you would want to have if you're going to have like a good situation. But listen, I know that sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you have personalities that just clash. All right, let's see. I want to get advice for you, and I almost forget to use this deck. All right, this is the emotional intelligence deck. Let's get advice here. Support, yeah. And it says, what can I do to help you get what you need? It's like precisely where this reading was going. It's your person might feel like they felt like they were alone in this, and I know that may not have been your intention, because I do see that you wanted to have a new start. You wanted to be successful in this new start with them, right? But somehow the two people with the two backgrounds clash somehow, and it's like each person didn't feel like they were getting what they needed, and there was a kind of like back and forth kind of like competition to see who would get that. So what is needed is like asking a person if this is still something you want. What can I do to support you today? And maybe asking every day until you feel like you're on a steady ground. They also need to do that. And you might say, well, they're not doing that. Why should I? But remember, it's not a competition, right? We're both in it. So you are going to want to say to them, it would really help me if you could also ask about what I need to feel supported so that we can both be in the boat together. All right, so that seems to be what is the thing here for you. All right, so group B, let's get your zodiac signs. I can see that you may be the group that feels like this is a difficult relationship. I'm not sure where we stand. All right, this could be you or your person. Oh, it's almost like these don't want to come out. Sagittarius. I can see that with Sagittarius. If you are Sagittarius, tends to want to be like free spirited Cancer. And what is this? Leo? Okay, I was gonna say like a fire sign energy is here strongly. Aries, like so all fire signs, and water. Scorpio. Something told me to draw one more. Aquarius. This, if you are group B, this is like classic fire sign, water sign energy. They're not naturally compatible, but somehow they get attracted to each other. And each person, each energy has a way of doing things that is very different. The water sign wants like emotional care and support and kinship, and the fire sign wants the passion, things happening quickly, and like being pushful to like get things started. And sometimes it's not, it kind of like butts up against each other. All right, so that's what we have here for you, Group B. Now, if this was your reading and you felt like it resonated, you got something from it, please do give a like, comment, subscribe, and I'd love to see you on another reading here. Okay. You should also like subscribe, because you know what I'm thinking of bringing back is the all signs. I'm thinking about it. All right. So we're going to move to Group C. Group C is 2816. All right. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting group. I just know already it's going to be interesting. All right. So 2838. Group C. All right. So if you chose Group C, this is going to be your reading. And the Nine of Swords. All right. This is a card that is clearly somebody is up at night thinking about all these thoughts, right? All these thoughts going back and forth in their head. Sometimes it's regret. Sometimes it's like, what did I do? Sometimes it's, what should I be doing? Sometimes it's all the things that I didn't see before that now I'm seeing and understanding, and yikes, what happened, type of thing. It's anxiety, it's overthinking. Your person, group C, is feeling all these things. It's like worry. I feel worried. I think a lot about us. I think a lot about what happened between us. I think a lot about the things I did. And I think a lot about what I should say even as well. All right. So that is the emotions. Although I did say, here I said, I think. What would they be feeling? I should be telling you what they feel. This is somebody that's worried. It's worried energy. And sometimes it's regretful energy. This is somebody that, if I'm to pinpoint it as like a bodily feeling, it's like the stomach, like you feel tightness in your stomach, in your chest as well, in your throat. Yeah. All right. So tell us why. Why does Group C's person feel this? Okay, Ten of Diamonds. I wonder if your person's worried about money. Why does that keep leaning? All right, that could be a like the money keeps not going right. Let's I can't believe that. I can't believe that I said they're worried about money, and this is the same card. Nine of Swords. All right. Queen of Diamonds. You know what? This is very simple. It's very simple what your person feels. And I think there's something about expectations, like either from like family, society, yeah, or even like, yeah, society, family, that they feel they have to live up to, and they struggle to live up to that standard. And therefore, this is somebody that worries a lot about the action that they would need to take here is leading them to act in a certain way that I think they know is not good. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's start with your person, Group C. It's like this is somebody that they really worry about their money. And why would they be worried about their money? Because this person sees you, Group C, as somebody that is okay financially, but also they see you as like a partner. So it's somebody that, with what do you do with a partner? You want to provide, you want to set up house, you want to have a long-term relationship, you want to take them out, you want to do all those things, right? And it feels like your person here is worried. Will I be able to afford that with my person? Um, will I be able, it's almost like feeling, it makes me think of that word that is very popular in certain podcast circles online. It's like hypergamy, which is this idea that, I know hypergamy is related to women, but it's the idea that women choose like rich partners. And that's why I was saying like maybe this is like a societal expectation, because it's almost like this person feels like I've met the person that I think I love. I think they would be my partner. They would be my, like I see them like as wifey type of thing. But I worry if I will have enough money to show that or to be considered as somebody that cares for them, kind of thing. It's almost like they're equating money to love, or like they need the money to show that they're worthy to love, which to me that's like a societal expectation of men, which I also think that men sometimes succumb to that energy, which sometimes is a myth. For some women it's true, but it's not true for a majority of women, right? And if your person is a man, those are some of the things that could be circling around their brain. The other thing here is that this person is worried about commitment as well. They're worried about like being stable. So it's like a non-committal, or almost like a fear of commitment type of energy, and also fear of not having enough. So it's almost like it's circular for this person, because if you fear commitment, so which means that you might not want commitment, why are you worrying about not having enough then? Why they're worried is because they actually have a lot of love for you. You could be some kind of earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Um, they could have like Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer in their chart. They could also have Aries or Leo or Sagittarius in their chart. And could be quite prone to like worry about what they should be. Um, this is somebody that actually is very attracted to you. Group C is not showing up like this before in any reading. Um, Tonight, it's been like this is somebody that's like, I know what I want, and that what I want is you type of energy. And, but they also have love, but they're so worried. I guess worry is a good sign because it means they care. But okay, what is this worry resulting in? Okay, this is somebody that instead of taking action, then they're more like just waiting, and they're holding back. It's like playing it safe rather than taking an action. I did see this seven of clubs before, and it's more like they know, like, I know I need to assert myself. I know I need to say something, but like, I know I need to, like, I should be saying, like, would like to date you. Like, that's what they should be saying, or I would like to be together, but it's like they're not, or they're not facing that truth in a way. And so I don't know, it feels more like you might perceive this person as somebody that has a lot going on inside, but they're not saying it, or like they're just like silent on a lot of things, or they feel like tormented, is how you might perceive your person. Group C, it's somebody that you know that is like, okay, I know you like me, but why are you like not saying, not doing, not expressing? I even know that you're attracted to me. This is what you might be thinking about your person. Group C. Okay. All right. So this is the state of your person. Group C. I want to get like some advice in terms of what you could do, what, just what you should know. And we're going to use the emotional intelligence deck. Expand. Who do you want to meet and why? All right. There's something here about, I don't want to sound cruel, Group C, but your person just might not be ready. You can't make somebody be ready. It's like thoughts and fears have overcome them so much, which is something they have to deal with. It feels like they need to grapple with this issue themselves. This, like, I'm not good enough to pursue love. Everybody can pursue love at any point in life because it's a part of living. It's not something you have to deserve. And your person needs to, like, come to that realization that you're good enough as you are. Listen, I struggle with that sometimes, but it's like you need to just know that that's something you naturally do in life. That's what people do. And so Group C, it feels like maybe you need to think about maybe who is, if you're looking for a partner, you're looking for a relationship or whatever it is, who is going to meet you at the point at which you're ready for. And if you are, I'm going to just say, if you're a Group C's person, if you're like, you're a cross watcher and you feel like this is you, there is a question here which I want to read to you. Who do I know that could help you? It feels like you may need some kind of assistance to overcome these negative thoughts. It feels like about yourself, like negative self-talk. Um, this whole thing kind of reminds me of like that what they call it, is it the manosphere red pill type of community, where there's so many like boys and men who have given up like their partnerships and become depressed because of these like ideologies, and it's really just negative thoughts, you know. But anyway, I'm not gonna get on a soapbox about that, but I just think that, yeah, you have to kind of allow your person to work through this right now. Let the king of clubs overcome them, which is the part of them that wants to like pursue and move towards who they're attracted to. Let that overcome them, and that has to be an internal process for them. All right, so we are gonna get your zodiac signs. This could be you or your person. Group C. Um, Sagittarius. Cancer. Pisces. Aries. Aquarius. Leo. All fire signs. I did say that I felt like there was a fire sign person here. I felt like there was a water sign. It feels like that's Cancer and Pisces energy. And yeah, there's Aquarian energy as well. All right, so this is your reading, Group C. If you like this and you feel like there was something for you, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And I'd love to have you here on another reading. So take care. Enjoy yourselves tonight. Take care.